The universe is not a quiet collection of isolated suns and planets. It is a restless ecosystem, constantly mixing, recycling, and redistributing its raw material. And sometimes, it sends a fragment of itself directly into our neighborhood. For months, the object known as 3E Atlas was treated as a curiosity, an unusual interstellar visitor that scientists hoped to classify as a comet and neatly file away. But that comfortable explanation has unraveled under the weight of new data. Observations from the James Webb Space Telescope, the Hubble Space Telescope, major ground-based observatories, and deep space tracking networks have converged on a conclusion that is difficult to ignore. This object is not behaving like anything we have previously studied. It is smaller than expected, brighter than predicted, and wrapped in a shifting shell of dust and gas that evolves as it moves toward Jupiter, when standard comet physics suggests its activity should be declining. Even more puzzling, precise orbital data from JPL's Horizon system indicates subtle non-gravitational forces acting on the main body, forces that decrease with distance in a way that mirrors solar gravity. Yet whatever is accompanying it does not share this acceleration. And that is where the real mystery begins. 3E Atlas does not appear to be traveling alone. High-resolution imaging suggests the presence of persistent companions, objects that do not sublimate like typical cometary fragments and do not behave like random debris. They remain in coordinated proximity, forming what looks less like a cloud of scattered rubble and more like a structured swarm. This forces a provocative question. Are we observing a single comet, or a compact system moving together through interstellar space? The nucleus itself, estimated at roughly 5.6 kilometers across, should not be capable of sustaining such intense activity for so long after perihelion. Yet it does. Standard models struggle to explain how a body of that size continues to eject material at this rate without rapidly exhausting its volatiles. Visually, the structure deepens the enigma. Two tails are expected, a dust tail and a plasma tail, but observers also detected a persistent sunward-facing feature after perihelion. This luminous, teardrop-shaped structure points directly toward the Sun in a way that resists simple explanation. Classical comet behavior does not predict a stable, long-lived anti-tail of this geometry. One interpretation is that the main body is receiving an additional push from asymmetric outgassing, while the surrounding swarm consists of solid fragments reflecting sunlight. Instead of a simple gaseous coma, we may be witnessing a dense reflective field of countless solid bodies. In that case, much of what telescopes register as glare may be sunlight bouncing off fragments, partially obscuring the true nucleus behind its own debris. Then there is the pulse. Across multiple observing campaigns, astronomers detected a precise brightness variation every 16.16 hours. The regularity is unmistakable. A conservative explanation would attribute it to rotation, a spinning nucleus exposing active regions to sunlight. But the modulation appears to affect the entire coma structure, and the jets respond in a coordinated pattern. It resembles less a simple spin and more a rhythmic release of internal energy. Some jets remain oriented sunward even when rotational dynamics suggest they should shift. That detail hints at internal processes driving activity from beneath the surface rather than mere surface heating. Infrared observations from the James Webb Space Telescope deepen the story. The composition is dominated by carbon dioxide, with traces of water and an abundance of complex organic molecules. Unlike typical solar system comets driven primarily by water-ice sublimation, this chemistry suggests formation in an extremely cold and chemically stable environment, possibly colder than the region where most of our comets formed. The energy source appears to originate below the surface, raising the possibility of cryovolcanism, internal chemical or thermal processes driving eruptions of volatile-rich material. Such a mechanism could explain the sustained activity after perihelion, the periodic pulses, and the ejection of solid fragments rather than fine dust. If that interpretation holds, 3E Atlas is not merely a comet. It may be a fragment of a differentiated body, a shard of an exoplanet or exomoon that was torn apart in a violent event in another star system and ejected into interstellar space. Its layered structure, volatile reservoirs, and metallic components would make sense in that context. The swarm would not be random debris from decay, but material shed from a once coherent planetary fragment reactivating under solar influence. Seen this way, the anomalies stop conflicting and begin aligning. The unusual chemistry, the sustained activity, the selective non-gravitational acceleration, the structured swarm, and the rhythmic pulse all converge into a single possibility. This is natural, but not ordinary. It is a relic of planetary evolution from another system. That realization quietly expands our map of the galaxy. If one fragment like this can survive ejection, endure interstellar travel, and awaken near a foreign star, then countless others must exist. The space between stars may not be empty at all, but populated by wandering debris, geological records of worlds we will never see directly. 3E Atlas will eventually fade from view, slipping back into the dark beyond our reach. But it leaves behind something permanent, a shift in perspective. We are no longer limited to observing distant exoplanets as faint dips in starlight. Sometimes, the galaxy delivers a tangible sample to us. The next time an interstellar visitor appears, the question will not simply be whether it is natural or artificial. It will be more specific, and perhaps more profound. What part of another world has arrived this time? A crustal fragment? A volatile rich mantle shard? A frozen piece of an ancient moon? 3E Atlas is extraordinary not because it breaks the laws of physics, but because it reminds us that planetary systems are not sealed containers. They are dynamic engines that exchange material across unimaginable distances. The universe is not static. It is interactive, restless, and interconnected. And occasionally, it sends a piece of itself to our door, not to end the mystery, but to make it far larger than we ever imagined. And if that perspective holds, then what we are witnessing is not a rare accident, but a glimpse into a hidden population that has always existed beyond our detection limits. For decades, astronomers assumed interstellar space was mostly empty, punctuated only by stray hydrogen atoms and cosmic radiation. The discovery of objects like Oumuamua and Borisov hinted that this assumption was incomplete. But 3E Atlas pushes that realization further. It suggests that planetary systems do not merely form planets, they shed them. Violent gravitational interactions, migrating gas giants, stellar flybys, and catastrophic collisions can eject fragments with enough velocity to escape their parent stars entirely. Those fragments do not vanish. They wander. Over millions or billions of years, some of them inevitably cross the paths of other systems. Most pass silently through the dark, undetected. A few, by chance, drift close enough to a star to awaken. Heat triggers sublimation. Internal stresses reactivate volatile reservoirs. Dormant geology stirs. What appears at first to be a simple comet may instead be a time capsule, a preserved shard of another planetary architecture. 3E Atlas forces us to confront the possibility that interstellar objects are not homogeneous. Some may be primitive rubble, never incorporated into planets. Others may be far more evolved, pieces of differentiated crusts, mantles, or icy moons that once orbited distant suns. If cryovolcanic behavior is confirmed, then we are not just observing sublimating ice. We are watching internal planetary chemistry resume after an interstellar hibernation. The implications ripple outward. If fragments of exoplanets can survive ejection and long-duration exposure to the vacuum between stars, then the exchange of complex organic material across stellar systems becomes plausible. Not directed. Not engineered. Simply statistical. Over galactic timescales, material from one system can seed another. The building blocks of chemistry are not confined to their birthplaces. This does not imply life is spreading deliberately through space. But it does suggest that planetary systems are chemically connected in ways we are only beginning to quantify. The galaxy may function less like isolated islands and more like an archipelago linked by drifting debris.